¿Sí te dura una hora? ¿Por qué?
No, Vicky.
¿Sí te dura?
Y aquí lo que voy a hacer es que voy a... Ya estoy grabando aquí, mira. ¡Fue puta! Oh, culé pesado.
Eso salió en cámara, ¿viste?
Culé pesado, marica. Madre que men.
Más te vale que pongas ese.
Ish.
Eso lo tienes que poner, no lo puedes dejar afuera.
Y esa vaina que ahí en la mano del tatuaje, en el brazo del tatuaje también. Entonces ya estoy grabando aquí, estoy grabando aquí, estoy grabando aquí, estoy grabando ahí, estoy grabando ahí. Today, my guest is a very good friend of mine. I've known this guy for almost 10, 15 years, something like that you might say.
Close to 20.
He's born in Venezuela. He went to Jinx with me. He works for American Airlines. He's done a lot of things, but now he's a business owner of a successful facility called Omar French. And it's a... he works in Conhoot with Triton Jiu Jitsu, right?
Right, they're my mother's school. We call them HQ.
Okay, so I'm glad you're on board with me. I'm glad you came over here to do this show with me, Omar.
What's up, bro?
So today I'm just gonna ask you a couple of questions. So Omar, I know you for quite some time. So before we start this interview, I want to ask you a question just to start. Tell us something interesting about yourself most people don't know.
I'm super shy. I know, some people from different groups might know this, but some people, especially from my school, like I'm the professor and the one that talks and stuff like that, but I'm super shy. If we go out somewhere and I don't know you, I'm the one that sit on a corner and not talk to anybody and just keep drinking water. So once I'm the professor, I know how to talk to people. I don't mind talking in front of 150 people. It's easy.
Yeah.
But when it's a setting that is not my jiu-jitsu setting,
Yeah.
then
When you take it out
things
of your
like come
comfort
back
zone.
I get all shy and
That's pretty interesting. I guess most people are like that. No, you think?
Yeah, to some point. I mean, like my wife, Mary Angel, she'll make friends with anybody at any time. Like she's not afraid of talking to people. Me, I'm the opposite. I had to slowly get myself inside conversations. Yeah, it's not good.
They said opposites attract. So
yeah.
So let me ask you also, what keeps you up at night?
Right now, I guess that, what do you call it? That midlife crisis kind of thing, where we started going through. I'm almost 40. I know you're closer to it.
40.
Close, almost 40.
Dude, I met him when I was
16, 17.
Dude,
I was 18.
I came in 98, so I was 13. And you were what?
When I got here, I was 18.
18, so...
And we met the same year, so...
Yeah, dude, so...
20 years.
20 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy.
It's been a while. Now he's 40.
Almost
40. Midlife crisis.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm sure that this happened to a lot of people. I talked to some of my students. I talked to, some of my family, probably even you. We get to this age, it's I wanted to have accomplished so much by this time.
Yeah.
And you're not even close to wherever you thought you were gonna be by your age. So that right there, keep me thinking, and now how am I gonna get to where I wanna be and stuff like that, But that's a secondary issue for me. It's not it's not the main focus of my life. Yeah, I lose some sleep over it, but it's not it's not it,
So, do you have any other plans coming up for Omar French?
Eventually, it's I'm getting older. So as I'm getting older, there is a new rising stars coming up. The guys that even from my school and other schools that are really good. And there's gonna be a time where I have to pass it down to them, and I'm just gonna be the senior master on the sideline, kind of taking on the new information. So yeah, I mean,
Mr. Miyagi.
It basically, yeah.
Very
So
nice.
I'm gonna have to pass my wisdom, not so much of the technical aspect of jiu-jitsu, but passing my wisdom as how keep the business running, like other things in life. There is not just strictly jiu-jitsu.
Okay. So man, on that note, I want to say that it's 2021. My attitude towards 2021, it's winning. It's create. It's a new year. It's a new start. What is it for you, 2021?
Well, I've been studying myself.
Okay.
So, and it's been for a while. It's not something new, and that goes back to like when the beginning of when I started the business. It's like I asked myself a couple of questions. Like it's like what do I want? What's my goal? Okay.
Right.
So when I asked me that question, it came out. I wanted to make money. I wanted to travel. I wanted to have a family. At the time, I wasn't married. Like you have all these questions, right? And like you always wonder how you're gonna achieve each of those. But there's something else aside from those. It's like all of these things is gonna guide you to one thing: just be happy. Okay, so you wanna make money because you wanna be able to pay your bills. You wanna have some extra so you can make yourself happy.
Okay.
Your health, same thing. The end result is gonna be because I wanna be happy. I wanna travel because I wanna be happy. So although we have all these little ones, the end result is make yourself happy. So I started focus on that. And things change after that.
Man, that's it. I mean, I think that once we start focusing on what's important, and actually also not let any negative comment smash your dreams or anybody that has a different opinion come into your head and shake your head into not doing it.
Right. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Because many people will. I'm sure. Go ahead.
No. Well, like it's just go back to what I was saying of keeping yourself happy. Like from your day, in the whole day, you're gonna have 90 things that are positive. Like starting from being able to wake up, having health, being able to walk, being able to eat, and then somebody comes and cuts you in traffic, and you get all pissed off, and that ruins your whole day. So you have one little thing that ruin your full good day, or full of wonderful things that happen to you, but you only focus on this little stupid thing.
Yeah.
So learning how to recognize those and appreciate the good things that you have, it changes your perspective on everything. Like absolutely everything changes.
Yeah, that's very true. Omar, I'm a father of. She's 5. She's gonna be 6. She's a beautiful young girl. And you as well.
Right, I'm about to be a father of 2 now.
You're a father and also expecting a second child.
Yeah, man. Oriana French.
Oriana's beautiful name.
Thanks, man.
When did you decide? Was this a surprise?
No, it's COVID baby, man. Like we were born. Like,
you guys planned it?
No, at all. Mary Angel didn't want any more kids. I wanted to have more kids. She was like, no, I'm doing all the work. I have enough with 2 babies, you and Omar, baby Omar. So yeah, I COVID baby, man. We were restricted at the house, nothing to do, I guess. Second child in a way.
Hey,
but I'm happy about it. It's good.
Hey, it's a good hobby, right?
Yeah. I'm a little scared though. It's getting closer.
So it's a girl.
Girl.
So you're gonna have the couple, the girl and the boy. You're gonna have both experiences.
Right.
I have a girl. She is 5. She's gonna be 6. Actually, she's gonna be 6 in Valentine's Day. I have a Valentine's Day baby.
Ooh, mine.
Which I think about it all the time. And
it's coming up.
Man, Valentine's. I think about like when she gets older, of course. You know, you're gonna have all these little kids knocking on her door. Man, I'm gonna be that type of dad with a shotgun right behind my back. Excuse me?
I'm training my son Jiu Jitsu so I can
Who are you here for?
defend her honor. Yeah.
So it's now you're gonna experience that side because now you're gonna have a girl. I don't have a boy, so I don't. Which I always thought of a boy, but I don't regret having just a girl, man. I think 1 kid for me, it's enough.
Well, he's still young. Who knows? You
never know. I think I made up my mind on that. Being a dad is not easy for me. I've learned a lot. It's been some ups and downs, but I'm still learning. So
that's good. Yeah.
So as a father, tell me a little experience. Tell me stories.
Man, having a kid. So something to me interesting happened with Omar, right? So at the time I used to be a bailiff for the courthouse. So I mean, the job was gratifying as that I wasn't working and not to say anything about McDonald's or anything like that, but it was like lower pay. I still was getting low pay, but in a little bit of a higher class job title, kind of. So Mary Angel and I, like, she just surprised me and said, like, hey, you know what, I'm pregnant. I'm like, oh my God. The same day, this guy called me up and be like, hey, Omar, you know what, we have, he's attending, he's one of the bigger realtors here in, like commercial realtors in town. And he's like, Omar, I have this place. It used to be a gym. They opened Lifetime really close to him, so all his students, all his clients moved to Lifetime. So he was losing money. The guy told me, hey, you know what, you wanna come in? I'll give you half of his rent. If you pay half of the rent, the place is yours. You can open a jiu-jitsu school. I wasn't planning on opening a school. It was like it happened the same day. So I was like, yeah, I mean, let's try it. Why not? Wow. We signed the contract the same day that I found out that she was pregnant. So I was like, there is some cultures that believe that having a kid, it opens you a path of wealth somehow. You just got to kind of follow through. To me, at least, that's what happened. That's what I felt.
That's good. I'm happy for you. I'm happy all these good things are happening in your life. Talk to me about what kind of jobs did you have before you encountered jiu-jitsu in your life, before you encounter your wife, your kids, before you were Omar? What kind of jobs did you have?
One thing that I wasn't afraid of trying. That's one of the things. So like, I think we might have to work together either at Sonic or Brown's, one of those. I can't remember.
We did.
Yeah, we did our fast food chair. I mean,
yes.
We did. I know I worked at Sonic, Brown's, construction. I did construction for a little while. I sucked at it, by the way. Yeah.
Hey, I think all Hispanics have done construction at one point.
Yeah, at
one point.
Some people are gifted on labor work. I'm not gifted for that. I moved to one apartment. So I was, well, like I say, when I moved to the US, I was 18, but I was a Venezuelan 18. A Venezuelan 18 is somebody that is restricted for work. Your parents doesn't let you work because you're 18 and you should be in school. Mm-hmm. Basically you're a kid, although you're 18. You're an age, but you're a kid. So coming down here, I was a kid. I was 18, but I was a kid.
Okay.
So breaking that and start working like little jobs like that. So I remember we used to have an apartment and we didn't have money to buy a computer. So I convinced my mom to move into some apartments because they're giving away, or like the receipts, like if you move in with us, we give you a computer. So we moved into those apartments. I got my computer and I started doing graphic design.
Nice.
And then
did you do graphic design?
No, I just got the computer and started doing Paint.
Nice.
Like the software Paint, and I started working with that. With that, I started working on like doing graphic design a little bit and a little web design. I contacted a Hispanic guy that I used to work at his restaurant doing server, and he has a Hispanic newspaper, La Semana del Sur in Tulsa. Mm-hmm. And I talked to him, hey, I'm a graphic designer and I do websites. And he's like, oh yeah, you do, come to my newspaper. So I went down there and I fucked up his waistline. Like I completely fucked it up. Like it wasn't working. It wasn't working at all. So he's like, well, you have to figure it out, fix it up. And just because of that, I like got into like reading books. I went to a library. So like I studied enough where like I learned how to do websites and graphics really good.
Nice.
So I kept progressing to that. I work as a customer service representative. At the time, I became a U.S. resident, so I was actually allowed to do go back to college and stuff like that. So I went back to college for graphic design.
Nice.
I graduated with my graphic design associates in graphics arts. Then I went for working for a company doing graphic work. Mm-hmm. After that, I was like, okay, I'm done. So I completely quit like graphic work for other people, and I started doing part-time magic at parties. I don't know if you remember that. Like, I used to bring like cards and do magic tricks. In the parties. All right. So I had at the time I had a camera, so I used to go take photos of like with Luis. I don't know if you remember him, another guy. We used to go to the parties, take pictures, post it on a website, Roomba Spot, and people were like go back there and like look at their photos. I mean, it's the start, right? During that time, I was able to, and this is MySpace time, kind of. I was able to code MySpace layouts, and that was my first experience with like Google Analytics, like making money through YouTube and stuff like that. So, I put MySpace layouts, and I got my first checks for $1,000.
Nice.
Just of like MySpace layouts. I was like, man, that's pretty badass. MySpace got broken, it like didn't work anymore. Facebook came into the play, so I had to run out of that. I continued to do magic part time, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go into law enforcement. Like I actually like enjoy this. Like I did. I don't know about you, but I went into some trouble, some law trouble there, and I was like, okay, it's time for.
I think also we all have.
I was like, I need to straighten my shit up. I'm fucking up a lot. So I went applied for the sheriff's office as a jailer. So I work at the jail for about a year, and then somebody from the courthouse contacted me and said, hey, you speak Spanish? We need a bailiff. You work at the jail. You want? I was like, heck yeah! I was making like $12-13 over there, but it was I got to go to with a free blazer.
Better job.
Yeah, it's going up little by little. I mean, I never was able to like make a lot of money on the job, but the quality of the job was getting better. And at the time, I was doing my photography. I opened a photography studio with a couple of friends. Photography was really good. We made good money. But then we made it a business, and we had to pay rent. We had to pay electric, so the business wasn't a business anymore. We started losing money, so we split that out. That was my first actually have a key of a place. I was like, man, like whenever you have that, I'm a business owner, and you have the key of your place, and you open up, that feeling of ownership. And that was my first experience with that. Continued working at the courthouse. I stopped doing photography altogether. Didn't enjoy it anymore, and the gym happened. And after the gym, I just being consistent with that. I quit the courthouse, and then I just continued doing jiu-jitsu.
So I can sum all that into persistence and consistency and persistence.
For me, it was like not scared of trying new things out, just for the fact that
it sounds like you kept trying till you found that way or your niche.
Right.
And then you went with it, and look at where you are now. I mean, I think most people just quit halfway, or they don't even discover who they are because they just give up trying. They try so many times that they just say, man, I'm gonna give up. I'm just gonna work hourly and that's it.
Well, that, and I think that goes cultural wise. I'm sure that with your family is the same way. Like we're kind of raised like in Hispanic cultures. We're raised on the not working for somebody. Like open up the business. The Jiu Jitsu Academy was.
So how did you get started? Like how
okay,
how did you get started?
I went to try. I used to train Jiu Jitsu in Venezuela. Okay, and I was obviously new. I was 16 when I started there. I moved to the U.S. There were no academies in Tulsa for Jiu Jitsu. I thought I knew how to fight, and I got into a fight with this guy. Remember that?
Yes, I know the story.
So some. Well, he knows Ari. I'll give you props if he's out of jail or not.
So for those people that don't know, before little back into high school story. Omar got into a lot of fights in high school with this guy because of girls. In high school, who doesn't fight because of a girl? You got to stand behind your girl. So he got into a lot of fights, and he got into this huge fight that I think that's the fight that changed. Maybe it changed your perspective of fighting.
It absolutely was.
I mean, I didn't see the fight because my mom grounded me that day. She goes, Arturo Luis! When Hispanic moms name your second name, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. So when she said Arturo Luis, I was like, oh, damn. I can't go see the fight. Oh, man. Yeah. And so I heard about it, and I heard it sucked. I heard
it was bad. It was bad. I got beating on the face. I got beating on the... Yeah, it was bad. I mean...
I saw the after.
I thought I knew how to fight because I took jiu-jitsu classes back in the day. Yeah. And I thought I was like, Joe Rogan talks about this all the time. It's like, people believe like they have no idea. Like they really have no idea. That was me. I believed. I thought I was a badass.
Yeah. So
I got my ass whooped. So after that, I started looking for jiu-jitsu schools, and I find Triton.
Yeah.
That was 2005, I think, or 2015. No, 2005. Yeah, in December of 2005. I found Triton, and I just went in and started training. And it was a hobby. Like before that, I used to like skate, like do roller skate, like just keep athletic, but not like no sport athletic. I didn't like soccer or basket or none of that. It was
Yeah,
more
out of all the friends, you were the one who rollerblade.
rollerblade. Yeah, so like I just like the aggressive fun stuff, and not so much of the sports side. So I continued going to Triton, and like I went with the idea of like I wanted to have fun. Like at that point I knew that I needed to learn how to fight, defend myself, but I didn't go for that reason.
Right.
I went because it was a lot of fun. I was learning a lot. So fast forward into 2013 when I opened my school.
Wow, how many years you been open?
Since 2013.
So you've been
7.
open for 7 years.
Yeah.
That's
Doesn't seem that long, right?
That's a long time.
Yeah.
I didn't think you were open for that long.
Yeah. Just mine. Same as my son.
Wow.
So yeah, the
Awesome.
day we found out she was pregnant,
That's the
that I
day you
opened.
signed. Yeah. That's just great.
It was a blessing, man. Owning a jiu-jitsu school puts you in a position of leader, right? And when I opened, I don't think I was one. I think I knew the jiu-jitsu techniques, and within learning a leader position, you're put into a psychologist position. You have to understand people's feelings. You have to understand empathy. You had to see girls that being raped and they have trauma, and then you're gonna force them to, or you're gonna have them train with somebody else. There's gonna be hugging and grabbing, and it's like close contact sport, and it's uncomfortable for people. So you had to learn a lot more than just the jiu-jitsu techniques. That's what I didn't know.
So it goes beyond that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It goes
Jiu-jitsu it's just not fighting. It goes beyond fighting.
way past
Psychologically.
that. Yeah, way past that. Like we had people, addicts, drug addicts. They quitted. We had people from the military that had PTSD. Ladies that got raped and abused. Kids that are being bullied. Like we have all this rank. And then on the other side, we had the bullies. We had the guys that are actually the ones that, fuck this guy up. So my job is to outpower the people that there's little that needs to come up, and I need to find a balance on the bully. So like calm them down. Like you're if you're the bully, if you're the power person, you have to understand you have a responsibility on you. Like you have authority. You can be a leader instead of being the bully. So like I had to find that people middle down and kind of even everybody out. It's super fun. Yeah.
Sure. So what's one thing you wish you have known before you began your career?
In jiu-jitsu, I wish I would have started earlier. Tell you the truth. I will say, and I knew it, but you don't learn this stuff until you actually happen. Yeah. Time goes fast, man. Like you become old faster. I mean, I'm still young. Yeah. But within the top athletic peak, I'm old.
Young.
Yeah. I mean, I'm 40, but I'm still capable of a lot of stuff. But for my athletic peak, I'm past my peak. And when I was on my peak, I didn't know. I thought it was just fun. My 20s, my 30s, I was just having fun.
As a matter of fact, I think we met each other at the time. I used to live in New York.
Yeah, I went there.
And I think you went to New York to a tournament, and we met over there. Right. And I think you were about 5 to 7 pounds over, so they had you just run.
Yeah.
Go run. Sweat it right now. Just kill 7 pounds like this in like a couple hours, and then come and wait again. Yeah. And I believe that day you didn't quite make it, but you kind of lean your body to one side.
I made it, but I kind of trip a little
and then the guy goes, oh wait, yeah, you're good.
Yeah, man.
It passed you, but
I did the towel trick.
I remember that. Those were good times. So that time where you just a rookie, right?
Right.
You're learning.
So I believe at that time I was a brown belt.
Brown belt.
Yeah, and jiu-jitsu takes a long time to.
How many belts?
White, blue, purple, brown, black, 5.
So 5 belts. Okay.
But it takes about 10 years to get to black belt. Now,
wow.
The black belts are the elite, right? That's the pro division, kind of to say it that way. So I was already coming to the end of my athletic peak at that time, and I wasn't a black belt yet. So that's what I say. I wish I would have started earlier, so I would have been on my peak. But I mean, it's not nothing to regret. I learned how to do the older version of jiu-jitsu, which is the one that you don't get hurt. So you have to quit. Like a lot of people, they go so hard early that they get hurt, and then after they get hurt, they're broken forever, and they don't. Me, I never got to the point. I never like put myself so extreme that I'm healthy. I can still do stuff without being.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not hurt.
So I know people talk about success, this, and I know there's a lot of stumblings, failures. So what is your biggest failure in jiu-jitsu, and how did you learn? What did you learn from it?
Man, failure. I like we talked earlier. I don't really focus on that much. I learn from my experiences. If I have a bad one, I try to learn and not repeat it. But I don't seriously. I try to if something bad happened, I kind of like ignore it and let it go, move on. I don't even remember.
Okay. If somebody wants to pursue a career like yours, to open an academy, what do you advise them to do?
Man, just don't plan too much. I think that's where people fail the most, is in the planning. Take a risk, just go for it. I can tell you why. So let's say you open a couch store, okay? So you have a bunch of couches, and they're the new model of couches, and you put all your money, you do everything.
Okay.
And then if something happened in the business where new different models of couches come up, and all you have all invested in this thing, and that wasn't part of the plan. Unexpected things happen all the time. New tendencies, maybe people are not so much into couches anymore, they're more into chairs, so you have to get your money into chair, and that's money that you lost. Things happen unexpectedly, things that you don't expect. So planning is good as an idea, as a guide, but don't let the plan define the course of action. You have to learn as you go, and just try it, give it a go.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I decided to do when this idea of the podcast for me came up. I just went for it, and even though I did all my research into what it takes to do it, everybody said what you just said, pretty much. Go for it, do it, and then you of course you'll stumble, along the line, and you will learn, and eventually you'll find your way.
Yeah.
But then you gotta try. Most people don't try.
Right.
Most people stay in the line, and then they don't cross it. They always stay in the safe zone, like you said. I call it get lost in the system.
And I'm not gonna give you something that's gonna lift your spirits up with these two. You're gonna have people that love it. You're gonna have people that hate it. Whenever you have haters, be happy, because they're watching you. So that's they can say whatever they want, but they're boosting you up. So. Just wait for those haters. You get happy with the people that support you. That's really cool. But the haters, oh man, they're
my grandma.
Heck yeah.
That's why my grandma say. I took my grandma to lunch this past weekend, and she said, Arturo. She said the same. You know what you give haters? Love. My grandma's 90. It's like, damn, grandma, that's deep. Damn, grandma.
She knows.
Hey, she's been there, done that. Going back, how does it feel to be an influential person in Bixby? Because your facility is in Bixby, right? And now I believe they know you in Bixby.
Yeah,
you're a leader. So how does it feel to be, a leader to all these kids?
Man, I learn as I go. Like I was telling you earlier, it kind of happened. I wasn't when I opened the school. I opened about teaching a martial art, teaching this and that. I was not teaching. I didn't know about. I needed to be a leader myself, and it's been a work in progress. I can tell you that some people see me as Omar is cool, Omar is good, so on. But it's basically I'm good because of the people. I'm trying to a point get a good example on them, and that's what it is. I was completely the opposite way, and I don't know, transition. I guess I'm getting older. I don't know. I can't explain it, but I'm seriously trying my best to stay off of the negative stuff and try to bring people in positive side. That's all I can say. I don't know how to explain it.
I think that's good though.
Yeah.
Also, are you reading?
I don't like to read. I think I'm dyslexic, man. Like when I actually read a book, I see all the letters go around, like mixing around. But I find out about audiobooks. So yeah, I have a whole bunch of audiobooks.
Oh, so
Audiobooks
you're into
change the
audiobooks.
game. That's a
Nice.
game changer.
It reads for you.
Yes, and you know one of the things that I like about audiobooks, sometimes the author reads it, and sometimes they put a little extra. It's like, okay, you know, this is what I
Emphasis.
said, but this is what I mean, and you get it. You're like, oh, okay, it makes sense.
Right.
Well, when you're reading the book, you kind of put in your own interpretation to what it says. So audiobooks for me is a goal.
So there you go. It's a good idea for those people that don't like to read. Audiobooks, they help. They
Absolutely.
also, and they'll make you understand a little more. I didn't think about that. I mean, that's a good idea. I have other questions for you here that I wanna talk to you about.
Great.
So let's see. What style of jiu-jitsu do you teach?
Okay, so I focus on sport jiu-jitsu, and this has been a controversial within the jiu-jitsu community. Okay, originally jiu-jitsu was created by the Gracies as those jiu-jitsu. So actually, I'm gonna go back a little bit more on history on that.
Okay.
Jiu-jitsu per se came from Japan, and it was a variation, or it was judo. They had just a different name. Judo and jiu-jitsu mean the same thing. It means the gentle art. Okay. Jigoro Kano in Japan, he sent one of his students to Brazil because they wanted to spread judo. At the time, it was called jiu-jitsu. They sent this guy to Brazil. The Gracie family got in contact with him. I can't remember like the whole story on how they became friends, but they helped this guy out. And in form of payment, this guy taught the kids of the Gracies jiu-jitsu. Okay. The way that the Gracies took it was like learning the techniques how somebody smaller can beat on a bigger opponent.
Okay.
Japanese guy went back to Japan, and they sent him a letter, call, or at the time I don't know, like some kind of telegram. Be like, hey, you know, we're switching the names from jiu-jitsu to judo, so change it up. Gracie didn't like the idea, and they canceled it out. And they called it Brazilian jiu-jitsu, so that's where the Brazilian portion comes in. A lot of techniques they invented, they refined it to like a smaller person. There's more story behind it, but that's basically the idea.
Okay.
Then later in the 90s, a couple of the Gracie family moved to the US. They started the UFC here. That's why Royce Gracie was the first one to win and fought on the UFC, and he was the weakest of all the brothers. He wasn't even the strongest one.
He was a champion.
He did won it, but he wasn't. So what they were trying to prove, they were trying to put the jiu-jitsu was a better martial art than all the other martial arts.
Okay.
And that was the idea. Back in those days, they used to go gym, storm some gym, like, hey, you suck, let's fight. Let's see if you're a karate black belt, see how good they are, and just kind of beat him up. So in that aspect, jiu-jitsu was a self-defense martial art. Okay. UFC happened, you got mixed martial arts, there's a combination of these martial arts, there's a mumble in here. So nowadays, there is the people that want to keep the traditional jiu-jitsu self-defense, which involves some sort of striking and actually taking people down. And then is the average school in the US, which they do a half and half. They do a little bit of self-defense and a little bit of sport jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
And there is the sport jiu-jitsu school, which focuses completely on competition. So the way that I tell my students is self-defense, jiu-jitsu versus somebody that doesn't know jiu-jitsu. At mid-school, they do a little bit of both. And jiu-jitsu versus jiu-jitsu will be sport. So that's what I practice the most, is jiu-jitsu versus jiu-jitsu.
Who are 3 people that are the most influential in your life right now?
Okay, 100% my mom. I'm actually planning on writing a book on my mom's side's family story.
Okay.
I want to go into there, but I am what my mom taught me, kind of thing. Like I come from her, and like everything that I am is because of her.
Okay.
That was absolutely 100% my mom.
Okay.
Second influential person, I'll say, would be my professor, Pete Wilhelm. And I owe him Jiu Jitsu. Jiu Jitsu has been my life. That's what I live off, and he is the reason why I started and continue doing it. As somebody that you take care of, and I kind of consider him like some kind of like a father kind of figure. We have our upside downs and our no same views kind of thing, but I own him. What I am is basically because he's because of him, and obviously my wife, Mary Angel. She's something. She's I wouldn't be a lost soul without her. Yeah.
Say behind every great man there's a wonderful
Good
woman.
That sounds cheesy as heck, but yeah,
it
it's true, man.
It is 100% true. So for those people that don't know where Triton is, where is Triton? Tell the audience.
So
where to locate you, how to locate you, social media, all that.
Yeah,
all good
so
stuff.
Triton is the main school where my professor teaches. It's not my school. We're completely different entities, although we fall under the umbrella.
Okay.
Triton is at 61st and Memorial. 61st and 145th. So a little between past Garnett and the next Broken Arrow Street. Okay. I can remember. And my school, Omar French Jiu Jitsu, is in Bixby at 111 in Memorial.
So Tulsans can find you at 101st and Memorial.
Yeah. But when Jiu-Jitsu is so good, man, like it doesn't have to, like I don't want to be like, oh yeah, come to my school. It doesn't work that way with Jiu-Jitsu. I'll say Google Jiu-Jitsu and find the closest place to you. Okay. Go there, visit them, and visit every other school that you can possibly go into. You find where you feel the most comfortable.
Do you have a website?
I do, OmarFrench.com.
OmarFrench.com, guys. If you guys want to snoop into his website and see what it's all about, you can find information in there. What's one myth that people always get it wrong about what Jiu-Jitsu is?
About Jiu-Jitsu? Yeah. That they were bullies, I think. There is, most of the Jiu-Jitsu instructors, they are somebody that people look up to them. Most of them are really good. But with that, it comes that Jiu-Jitsu doesn't make the person, it helps the person build themselves, but there is still bad people out there, and people is bad regardless if they do Jiu-Jitsu or if they are up at the church, So don't go 100% into the Jiu-Jitsu instructor, because if he's a Jiu-Jitsu instructor, you have to know the person, I think that's a bad myth in there. Yeah.
So you guys are not all bullies,
right? We're not all bullies. We're not good people either.
I think people get that perspective because when they see UFC fights, and then they think all those guys are well fit, of course, and then so they think they're bullies, because in a mind of,
well, they're gonna fight, so they had.
It's like in high school. Well, let's take it back to high school. So you got the jogs, and then you got the other people.
The band kids. Yeah.
Exactly. This is keep it real. So they're gonna be intimidated just because size as well. Right. So that's what. And then on top of that, those people practice martial arts. So bullies. Then they so that's why they have this concept of jiu-jitsu being a bully sport.
Right, but it's not like that. Well, not everywhere. Like some places are, but not everywhere.
Okay, are you going to continue learning some more? What's next for you in Jiu-Jitsu, or are you at the peak?
So are we talking about Jiu-Jitsu per se, or learning?
Yeah.
Just in Jiu-Jitsu?
Yeah.
Jiu-Jitsu is always a learning, you always have your learning curve.
Because what's after black belt?
Mastery. Is at 7th degree black belt becomes a red belt, but it's not signify of how badass you are. It's about how mastered you get with the techniques, how good you are as a person, how.
Are you going for that?
I'm not stopping Jiu-Jitsu, so it's not like I'm going for that. It's just it will happen as I go. But that's not my goal. Okay. I'm just continue my path, and I'll see how it goes. How far it gets.
Okay, so talking about being a parent, how I believe being a parent, it's about creating a foundation for your kid. That way your kid can have a good growth in life. Mm-hmm. So what kind of what future do you see for your kid, or what ideas do you have for him?
Man,
Or what foundation are you laying for him?
That's a really freaking hard question, because like you want your kids to be smart enough to make their own decisions, right? Like
Yeah.
you want to influence them to go for it. At the same time, we have third party perspectives, like what other people think of you, and like how, like, and kids, especially at teenage age, like they'll feel down and all that. Like, I mean, we felt that, we still feel it to some point. I don't know. I think that's a really strong question, really hard. What I want for my son is to be happy.
Okay.
And I think that's what I'm gonna pass down to him.
You're not gonna push him to maybe pursue your shoes or be a.
No, I mean, I'm gonna until he's 18, he's gonna do jiu-jitsu. It's not.
Okay.
It's no matter. Like after that, he gets to choose if he wants to or not. But it's not.
But then that's what I said. That's where the foundation starts. Before your kid hits 18, you're laying that foundation that when he hits 18, he knows.
Right. Hopefully, yeah. But I mean, it's hard, man. It's hard. Like he's like right now. Sometimes he doesn't want to go. And you don't have an option. You have to go. That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
But eventually, what I really want him to go is to like just go for happy. Whatever makes him happy, just go for it.
How did COVID-19 ever mess with your business?
Yes, it did.
Tell me a little bit about how that.
So we're based off a membership, right? Just like if you were to go to Lifetime, you pay your membership. The issue is that Lifetime is a big company and they have money behind with that. Even that the business is not running, they still have money flowing through. We're more of a month to month. If we don't see it this month, we're kind of in struggle. So
yeah.
At the end, we only were closed down for 2 months. We lost about half of our students, but the other half were, as supported as you can get. Like they will continue paying memberships, although we weren't teaching class. We were teaching an online class, but like 3-4 people signed up for that. So we had really a lot of support from our students, and now it's booming again. Now we're back to where we were. Like,
yeah, I know, and now COVID. Apparently, there's so many strains of COVID now.
Yeah,
it's not just one strain. So, do you guys? Of course, you guys practice safe jiu-jitsu. Where?
Yes and no. So, okay, and this is gonna be like, I know it's gonna be politicized, like different views on politics and stuff like that. But the use of a mask. Okay, so the use of a mask is me keeping it. So if I have COVID, I reduce the exposure of spread is happening. If you wear a mask, you're reducing the amount is coming to you. It's great if both don't wear a mask and you get COVID. It's gonna be depending on your health and what you do and what you don't. In sports per se, overall, you're doing a different part. You exercise and you keeping your body into an optimal shape. You're boosting your immune system, which also is helping. So yes, we are safe to the point where like if we're out there, we wear a mask and stuff like that. But within our own group, where it's not.
Okay. Well, we're getting close to the end of the show. I just want to say over there to the people of Tulsans that if you want to open a business, just go for it. If you want to go on your own, just go for it. If you have any ideas that you want to excel and do, just go for them. Don't wait any longer. It's 2021 and start to do. And let's not just get stuck in the system, Let's make our own decisions.
Tomorrow's too late. Today is perfect.
Here you go. So this part of the show is called Get to Know Me.
Oh, shoot.
So I'm going to ask Omar 15 questions just to get to know him and also you guys out there to get to know who he is. And they're going to be all kinds of questions. So let's see if we can punch him.
I play the fit.
So question number 1. What is one thing you will never do again?
Well, shit, I was supposed to be like fast, or I have to think about this.
Whatever you want. Awkward silence.
I won't eat jalapenos again. I don't know.
Okay. 2, if you had to describe yourself as an animal, which one would it be?
I'll be a lion.
A lion?
No doubt. Oh, yeah.
Okay. What is your favorite family holiday tradition?
New Year's Eve. We have the grapes every minute before midnight, making a wish. Yeah, this New Year's Eve grapes. That's good.
Nice. Question number 4. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I don't know.
Hey, that's honest. Honesty is always good. Question number 5. Who was your first crush? Is it the girl I'm thinking of?
The first crush? No,
Yeah.
I was like 5, dude.
Oh.
Like, are we talking like, are we going like way back or?
No, your first crush.
I want to say this girl was her name was Melina. No, hold on.
Back in Venezuela?
No, yeah, back in Venezuela. Okay, this is gonna be messed up. Is this going on Facebook?
No.
Okay, so I'm not gonna say the name. I'm not gonna say the name, but I found her like still remember her full name, and she was the cutest girl, man. Like in those time, and she didn't she have anything to do with me. She like my friend, and I found her on Facebook. I watched it years afterwards, and she's still my Facebook friend. And she's ugly as fuck, so I got saved there. I'm happy. I'm not gonna say names though.
Okay, no names. That's good. Question number 6. What song would you say sums you up?
Song.
Yeah.
Shit. Welcome to Giant Rock, Damian Marley.
There you go. I thought, I knew he was going to say something like that. Something along that line. So, Omar used to have a name back in the day, and we used to call him Kayamen. Kayamen, because of the rifa. Question number 7. Who was your favorite teacher in high school?
Oh shit. I can only remember one name of one guy. I guess Onias. I don't even know I don't know if it's his last name or first name, but I'll remember that guy. I wasn't a high school person. So,
I'm going back into his file folders in his brain.
Yeah, I start looking up. Yeah.
So, question number 8. What do you do to keep fit besides jiu-jitsu?
Jiu-jitsu.
That's all you do?
That's it. Jiu-jitsu.
Okay. Question number 9. Which of the 5 senses would you say is your strongest?
Damn. Mary Angel will say my hearing. That's what Mary Angel will say. I'll go there. My hearing is the best one.
Your hearing is the strongest? Okay. We'll see about that. Question number 10. Is your glass half full or half empty?
I got many glasses.
1. Is your glass? I don't say
No,
glasses. Is your glass half full or half empty?
Half empty.
Okay. Question number 11. How old were you when you found out Santa Claus wasn't real?
Like 6, 7.
How did you find out?
Older cousin told me.
That's messed up.
They find out they got pissed. I guess I don't know.
That's fine. Question number 12. What is your favorite childhood memory?
Meaningful now. When we lost it all. As I mean, my mom, like she lost absolutely everything, and then we were in one of the poorest neighborhoods, and I never felt we lost it all. It was just another day. So now I'll see him back. That's good.
That's cool. Question number 13. How many pairs of shoes do you own?
Oh shoot. 120.
120 pairs of shoes. Wow. Worse than a
One
woman.
more.
Question number 14. If you could go back in time, what year would you travel to?
would it be?
Tick, 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 tick.
I'll go January 1st of 2020.
January 1st. It's just a year ago.
Mm.
Huh. I would go way back. I would go way back. Okay? I'm not going to ask why. Question 15. What is your biggest fear?
Leaving Earth before my mom.
Okay. That's a strong one. All right. Any final thoughts do you have out there for Tulsans?
No, just go for it, mate. Do what makes you happy. Do it well. Don't let the little things in life get you. There is 80% of your day is gonna be positive, and ignore that 20. Like never happened.
Yeah. And another note. Just remember to finish what you start. Work on your issues rather than ignore them. It's 2021. Focus on your dreams. And I will leave you with this quote. You got to be a disaster in order to be a master. Thank you for listening. This is the Spanglish podcast. And thank you, Omar, for being part of it.
Thanks, bro. Good stuff.
It's your boy Arturo. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, comment, like. And until the next one, guys.
Peace out.
See ya.